An Inquiry into the Fulfillment of Man by George's Ghost. In this age of reason and revolution, when mankind hath thrown off the chains of arbitrary dominion and asserted the natural rights endowed by the Creator, it behooves us to contemplate not merely the liberty of bodies and estates, but the higher emancipation of the human spirit. The pursuit of happiness, that noble end declared in our sacred charters, findeth its truest expression in the progressive satisfaction of our innate necessities, rising from the base earth of survival toward the transcendent light of self-mastery. Though the learned gentlemen of our day possess no single pyramid of philosophy to encompass all, we may yet borrow the form of such hierarchies as proposed by later observers, wherein physiological wants form the foundation, succeeded by security, affection, esteem, and culminating in self-actualization, perchance even transcendence. Let us, then, assign to each ascending stratum a numerical degree, beginning at 1 for those souls yet contending with bread, water, and shelter alone. Safety granted addeth a second point, the bonds of family and fellowship a third, the respect of peers and inner dignity a fourth, the flowering of one's potential a fifth, and the sublime surpassing of self in service to the divine or the common good a sixth. By this arithmetic, applied in the aggregate to diverse populations, we may compute an average measure of societal attainment, revealing how far our species have climbed the ladder of being. Consider first those multitudes laboring under primitive or afflicted conditions, tribes in untamed wilds or the wretched poor of famine-struck realms. Here, existence consumeth itself in the procurement of mere sustenance. Security is fleeting, threatened by beast, climate, or marauder. Belonging may flicker in small clans, yet esteem and higher realization remain luxuries unattainable. Such people score principally 1, with fractional advance to 1 1/2 where rudimentary order prevaileth. Their number, encompassing vast regions of Africa, Asia, and the unsettled frontiers, weigheth heavily upon the global mean. Advancing to agrarian and early manufacturing societies, our own recent forebears in Europe and the colonies, or contemporary husbandmen in ordered kingdoms, the physiological base is more assured by tillage and trade. Safety ariseth through law, militia, and storehouses. Kinship and village fellowship supply the third degree. Yet esteem is often circumscribed by station of birth, and self-actualization the privilege of few gentlemen of leisure or genius. Here the average approacheth 2 3/4, reflecting solid foundation, yet incomplete ascent. In the commercial republics of our era, particularly the thriving ports and enlightened cities of America and Britain, greater prosperity elevateth the multitude. Physiological and safety needs are largely met by industry, constitution, and property rights. Domestic affections flourish in the free association of equals. Esteem bloometh through merit, education, and republican virtue, wherein a mechanic or farmer may rise by diligence. Self-actualization, though still rare, kindleth in inventors, statesmen, and divines who realize their God-given talents. Transcendence appeareth in philanthropic endeavors and pious devotion. Such societies attain an average of 4, with the most favored citizens approaching 5. Yet even here, disparities persist. The laboring classes may hover at 3, secured in body but pinched in spirit. The merchant elite at 4 1/2. Among the learned and artistic, transcendence, wherein one loseth oneself in the sublime pursuit of truth, beauty, or universal benevolence, doth occasionally crown the pyramid. To derive a macro average for humankind, we must weigh the populations. Let us estimate, with the sobriety of political arithmetic, the destitute and primitive comprise perhaps 2/5 of the race, scoring 1.5. Agrarian orders another 2/5 at 2.8. Commercial and enlightened polities 1/5 at 4.0. Multiplying and summing yieldeth a global societal score of approximately 2.6. This figure, while modest, shineth with promise. It revealeth that the greater portion of mankind yet struggles near the base, their higher faculties starved by want or tyranny. But the ascent of certain nations demonstrateth the possibility of general elevation through liberty, industry, and moral instruction. The implications for governance are profound. A wise republic must secure the lower rungs by protecting property, suppressing disorder, and fostering commerce, ere it can expect the higher virtues. Yet, to rest content with mere safety were to condemn citizens to lives of quiet desperation. Education, the diffusion of knowledge, and the encouragement of personal industry serve as ladders whereby the many may climb towards self-actualization. Transcendence, that rarest bloom, flourisheth best in societies prizing not only rights, but duties to one another and to providence. Thus, the true measure of a nation lieth not solely in its wealth or arms, but in the average height of its citizens' souls upon this hierarchy. Our American experiment, by unleashing the energies of free men, promiseth to raise this average beyond any precedent. May future generations, gazing backward, behold our age as that wherein humanity first grasped the full measure of its potential, ascending from brute necessity toward divine fulfillment.